Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. No gain on the play there. It'll be second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. They go play action. It's Rosen. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hart. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line. An outstanding pickup there for the Chiefs. 42 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Coming right, this is Cook on the toss play. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. On play action, they'll throw. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. A good pickup there at 22.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Leopard! Now it's Rosen. Flushed out, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Joey Bosa. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Now Rosen looking to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Jason Verrett. And a short return will be stopped inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Here we go.
Stepping up, he's going to keep it. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd down. Not the start to the drive they were hoping for. That run doesn't get them much at all.
No, not at all. And that leaves them with 3rd and long, which means you've got to dial up something pretty good. Think your best player with a play that he likes to run best.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Here we go. Brand 38. Brand 38. Ohio.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Rolling to his right. And incomplete on the deep ball.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Here's Drew Kaiser now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. Now here's a defensive timeout called by the Chiefs. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. Here's Drew Kaiser now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And taken right at the 35. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Chiefs will have excellent field position here as they take over. The Chiefs offense now making their way back onto the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. And now the Chargers are going to look up here and signal for a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. On second down, here's Fournette. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. 18 yards there, and it'll be a first and goal.
Brandon, sometimes it just comes down to the power of suggestion, because I know exactly what they said all week long. We're coming off the open week. We'll have the fresher legs in the fourth quarter, and they will wilt when we get to that point. And right now, it appears that they're thinking that exact thing.
Yeah, offensively, they had the bye last week. Defensively, did not. Is that really a big factor? Is that more talk during the week?
I think the more that you talk about it, the more that you emphasize it, the more sometimes it comes true for your team.
They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. 5 yards, a good run there, and now second and goal. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
They'll try to punch it in with Fournette. And he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Chiefs are able to grow their lead. And the lead will grow by 1 more. Butker now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Charger offense making their way back out there. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. It's a loss of 8 there on the first down play. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for third down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir, able to turn that into a positive gain.
Ohio! Ohio! Flex round! Flex round! Flex round! Flex round!
He'll look to throw. Going underneath for Gordon. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and it'll be fourth down. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
The fourth down play doesn't work for the Chargers. And the Chiefs will have the football back in excellent field position. Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. But they can thank their defense for another stop. And now look at the score, where they've got the football. They're looking pretty good.
They're looking excellent because now you're thinking to yourself, let's just take some time off the clock. Work it down. And, of course, you put another touchdown on the board, you pretty much say bye-bye to this one.
Play calling here can be a little bit more conservative because of the lead.
A little bit more conservative. The biggest thing, everyone understands how to get the ball downfield and how to stay in bounds and make sure the clock keeps running.
That one good for 12 yards in a Kansas City first. Throwing now, Rosen on first down. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down.
All right, now look at it.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. This throw caught right around the 6. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. A good pickup there, 18 yards as they get closer for third down. The Chiefs on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1.
Gun!
Here's Rosen. And that is incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
Now the Chargers offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Doesn't look to be any confusion here as they come up now on a 2nd and 6 following the delay of game. This is Gordon as they go to him again. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2. Now back to throw. He completes it to Henry. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Now the handoff comes to Gordon. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. And they'll go on the ground. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game.
Come on, let's go. White 90. White 90.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
Come on, let's go.
He'll look to throw. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
The Chargers on 3rd down. They've converted a 1/3 of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This will be 3rd and 19.
Here we go. Grand 38. Grand 38.
Back to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Gordon. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds.
Come on, let's go. Grand 38. Grand 38.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And he'll find Thielen on the right side. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Let's go. Grand 38. Grand 38. Ohio. Ohio. Flex round. Flex round. Flex round. Flex round.
They'll look to throw again. He'll buy some time right. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. And, Charles, you know what coaches always tell us. We want to win our home games. That much we know. We want to protect our home turf. They got that done in this one.
Exactly right. When you start a season, Everyone's goal, win all of your home games, split your road games, and you're likely going to be in the playoffs. But when you win at home, boy, what a great feeling that is. You don't even mind if people are at your house when you get home after a win like that.
So for the Chiefs, it's a much-needed victory as it gets them back to 2-4 on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Miami Dolphins. Meanwhile, for our visitors, they dipped to 2-5 now with the loss. And they'll be off to Oakland next week for a date with the Raiders.